Small Corner Makeover Minimalist Garden Ideas for Busy People, Easy and Low Maintenance. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine stepping into your home after a long, demanding day. The noise of the city lingers outside, your phone hasn't stopped buzzing, and your desk is filled with endless tasks. Yet tucked quietly in a small corner, by a window, on a balcony, or even within a modest nook inside your home, awaits a sanctuary. It is not a vast botanical garden or a luxury courtyard. It is a minimalist garden, created with intention, designed to fit seamlessly into modern living, and tailored for people who desire beauty and calm without the burden of constant maintenance. This vision represents the direction of contemporary design, spaces that are functional, elegant, and sustainable. The minimalist garden has become not just a decorative feature, but an essential part of how people live in the present and how they will continue to shape their homes in the future. In an era where time is precious and stress is abundant, the desire for a green refuge, however small, has never been more relevant. Minimalism as a philosophy speaks to this need. It is the art of simplicity, the deliberate removal of excess, and the thoughtful highlighting of what matters most. Applied to gardens, minimalism avoids clutter and unnecessary complexity. Instead, it elevates balance, proportion, and harmony. For urban dwellers and professionals with little time, the minimalist approach is a solution that blends beauty with practicality. These gardens rely on low-maintenance plants, simple layouts, and enduring materials that bring peace without demanding endless care. Beyond convenience, minimalism aligns with the larger conversation about sustainability. In a world increasingly conscious of environmental impact, minimalist gardens reduce water consumption, embrace eco-friendly materials, and encourage responsible design. They do not overwhelm nature, they cooperate with it. The choice of small corners as the focal point is equally significant. In cities, large outdoor spaces are rare luxuries, but nearly everyone has a small, unused area. A balcony, a rooftop nook, a hallway edge near a window, these corners, often overlooked, can become intimate retreats. When transformed thoughtfully, they offer personal havens for reflection, morning coffee, or quiet moments at the end of the day. Designing within the limits of a small space demands creativity. Constraints spark innovation, forcing designers to prioritize precision, proportion, and intention. Instead of being a limitation, a corner becomes a canvas for artistry, where every plant, stone, or beam of light holds meaning. Current design trends reinforce this evolution. Biophilic design, the integration of natural elements into daily life, is one of the strongest influences. By weaving greenery and organic textures into compact corners, homeowners nurture their innate connection to nature. Sustainable landscaping has also become indispensable, with drought-resistant plants, recycled materials, and efficient irrigation forming the backbone of these gardens. At the same time, multifunctional spaces are shaping modern homes. A corner garden is no longer just for relaxation. It doubles as a reading nook, a backdrop for remote work, or even a meditation zone. These gardens harmonize with diverse architectural styles. In modern homes with clean lines and neutral palettes, geometric planters, ornamental grasses, and stone accents feel like natural extensions of the architecture. In Scandinavian interiors, soft greenery, natural wood finishes, and warm lighting blend seamlessly with the cozy aesthetic. Japanese Zen traditions inspire corners that evoke stillness through sand, stone, bamboo, and carefully pruned plants. Even in industrial-style lofts with exposed steel and brick, minimalist greenery softens the rawness and adds refreshing balance. Every design element must be chosen carefully. Natural stone grounds the space and introduces subtle textures. Sustainable woods such as bamboo bring warmth and authenticity. Metal accents provide contrast and durability, while compact water features add serenity without complexity. Lighting plays a crucial role, transforming the garden into a visual retreat at night. And most importantly, plant selection defines the soul of the space. Succulents, snake plants, peace lilies, ferns, and evergreens dominate these designs because they thrive effortlessly while offering year-round beauty. Yet minimalist gardens are not just aesthetic projects, they enhance lifestyles. For the overworked professional, they provide short breaks that recharge focus and reduce stress. For families, they become small but meaningful classrooms where children learn patience and responsibility through caring for plants. For the elderly, these gardens are accessible, offering nature without the overwhelming labor of traditional yards. Looking toward the future, these corner sanctuaries will continue to evolve. Advances in smart irrigation, vertical hydroponics, and modular furniture will integrate seamlessly with minimalist principles. They will embody sustainable living while adapting to the changing needs of modern households. Ultimately, a minimalist corner garden is more than a design choice. It is a statement about living intentionally in a fast-paced digital world. It demonstrates the power of simplicity, the beauty of restraint, and the enduring human desire to connect with nature, even in the smallest of spaces. It is the art of creating harmony and depth in places once overlooked, if Friday, and it is a vision that will define the future of residential design. As we dive deeper into the philosophy and practice of minimalist corner gardens, it becomes clear that their success lies not only in design, but in the subtle ways they blend with human behavior, cultural trends, and the evolving needs of society. What makes these spaces remarkable is how they transform ordinary daily routines into meaningful rituals, elevating small corners into emotional anchors within the home. The psychological impact of a minimalist garden cannot be overstated. Human beings have always been drawn to nature. Studies in environmental psychology consistently show that exposure to greenery lowers stress, improves focus, and enhances well-being. Even when compressed into a small corner, the garden functions as a restorative element. It becomes a natural antidote to overstimulation in a digital age. Imagine sitting down for a brief pause, surrounded by soft greenery, gentle textures, and calming light. It is not just decoration, it is therapy. Culturally, the adoption of minimalist gardens reflects a universal desire for balance. Across different regions, people are rediscovering the value of slowing down, practicing mindfulness, and reconnecting with the earth. In Japan, Zen gardens embody centuries of spiritual tradition. In Scandinavia, the concept of hygge encourages cozy, harmonious spaces. In bustling metropolitan cities across the globe, the minimalist corner garden translates these values into compact forms accessible to all. It is not about copying one culture, but weaving global sensibilities into a modern framework. In terms of materials and technologies, the second wave of minimalist garden design is leaning heavily toward innovation. Designers are experimenting with modular systems that allow homeowners to rearrange their spaces as needs evolve. Vertical gardens have become particularly popular, maximizing greenery while occupying minimal ground area. Modular furniture doubles as planters, creating multifunctional solutions that serve both utility and aesthetics. Lighting, once considered secondary, is now central to the experience. Smart lighting systems adapt to circadian rhythms, offering warm, calming tones in the evening and brighter, energizing tones in the morning. Solar-powered fixtures minimize environmental impact while enhancing functionality. The integration of technology with natural design creates an elegant balance between tradition and progress. Water features, though subtle, play an equally important role. Instead of elaborate fountains, minimalist gardens favor discrete installations, such as a single stone with a hidden water channel that creates a gentle trickle. The sound of water amplifies the feeling of serenity, thus grounding the space without complicating maintenance. Combined with carefully chosen plant life, these features transform the garden into a multi-sensory retreat. The plants themselves are evolving with trends. Beyond succulents and evergreens, homeowners are exploring air-purifying plants, aromatic herbs, and species with symbolic meanings. Lavender and rosemary bring calming scents, while bamboo symbolizes resilience and peace. The choice of plants becomes a personal narrative, reflecting the values and lifestyle of the owner. In some cases, small edible gardens are incorporated, allowing people to harvest fresh herbs for daily meals, a subtle fusion of function and beauty. The connection between architecture and these gardens is growing stronger as well. Architects increasingly view corner gardens not as afterthoughts, but as integral components of the design process. Windows are oriented to frame green spaces. Natural light is maximized to nourish plants. Even in apartments, balconies and small terraces are designed with built-in planters, seamlessly merging architecture with landscaping. This integrated approach reflects the growing recognition that nature should not be separate from living spaces, but a vital part of them. Trends in urban development also highlight the importance of small, manageable gardens. With cities becoming denser and vertical living on the rise, rooftop gardens and balcony sanctuaries are no longer luxuries. They are necessities. Developers now market properties with built-in green corners as lifestyle features, recognizing the growing demand for spaces that support mental health and sustainability. The minimalist garden, in this sense, becomes both a personal refuge and a social statement. The aesthetics of these gardens often rely on contrasts. The deliberate tension between soft greenery and hard surfaces creates visual interest. Smooth concrete walls paired with climbing ivy or steel railings softened by cascading ferns highlight the beauty of opposites. These contrasts are not accidents. They are carefully curated to reflect modern design language, where rawness and refinement coexist. Sustainability remains at the heart of every choice. Designers favor recycled stone, reclaimed wood, and biodegradable materials for planters. Rainwater harvesting systems are adapted for small scales, allowing even corner gardens to contribute to water conservation. Drip irrigation ensures efficiency, minimizing waste while keeping plants healthy. These details may seem small, but they embody the broader shift toward conscious, responsible living. What makes minimalist corner gardens especially captivating is their adaptability. They can be shaped for diverse lifestyles and personalities. For a young professional, the garden may feature sleek, modern lines and low-maintenance plants, serving as both a relaxation space and a stylish backdrop for social gatherings. For a family, the corner may include interactive elements, plants that children can care for, or multifunctional seating that encourages shared moments. For older generations, the garden can be designed for accessibility with raised planters, soft lighting, and comfortable seating for quiet reflection. Looking ahead, we see the future of minimalist corner gardens tied closely to the rise of smart homes. Automated watering systems, AI-powered plant monitors, and climate-responsive designs are becoming more common. These technologies ensure that gardens remain healthy with minimal effort, allowing busy homeowners to enjoy the benefits without added responsibility. Sustainability, personalization, and integration with smart living will define the next generation of designs. Beyond function, however, lies symbolism. A minimalist corner garden is a daily reminder of the value of simplicity in a complicated world. It speaks to the human need to create beauty, even in small spaces, to seek harmony amidst chaos, and to find rest without leaving home. In this way, it is not just a trend, but a philosophy, one that encourages us to see potential where others see limitations and to cultivate peace in places once forgotten. The second chapter of this story is about evolution. It is about how the minimalist garden has grown from a niche idea into a universal symbol of mindful living. It is about how small corners, once overlooked, are now recognized as powerful spaces that shape the quality of our lives. It is about how architecture, technology, culture, and psychology converge to redefine what it means to have a home. And as these gardens continue to inspire, they remind us of a timeless truth. Beauty does not require grandeur. It requires intention. It requires presence. It requires the courage to embrace simplicity in a world that constantly demands more. That is the essence of the minimalist garden, and that is why it will continue to flourish, not just today, but for generations to come. In envisioning the next stage of minimalist garden design, we must turn our attention to the intersection of aesthetics, sustainability, and future living. The world is changing rapidly. Urban spaces are denser, lifestyles are faster, and technology is more integrated than ever. Within this evolving context, the minimalist garden remains a beacon of balance. It continues to offer a profound response to the growing need for simplicity, beauty, and connection to nature. One of the defining features of tomorrow's minimalist gardens is modularity. Instead of fixed arrangements, homeowners are seeking designs that can adapt to their shifting routines. Portable planters, stackable furniture, and reconfigurable partitions are emerging as essential elements. These allow a small garden to transform easily, becoming a quiet retreat in the morning, a stylish backdrop for work meetings during the day, and an inviting space for evening gatherings. Flexibility is not just practical, it reflects the dynamic, multi-purpose nature of modern living. Technology is also reshaping the way we think about gardens. Automated irrigation systems now deliver precise amounts of water, conserving resources while keeping plants healthy. Sensors track soil moisture, sunlight exposure, and even plant health, sending alerts directly to smartphones. Smart lighting systems adjust intensity and color to suit moods or activities, transforming a corner into a personalized haven at any time of day. These innovations ensure that even the busiest individuals can enjoy lush, thriving gardens without dedicating hours to maintenance. Sustainability, however, remains the cornerstone of every decision. As environmental awareness deepens, minimalist gardens are increasingly designed as eco-conscious systems. Rainwater collection integrated into compact features, energy-efficient lighting, and the use of biodegradable or recycled materials all contribute to reducing ecological footprints. In some designs, vertical hydroponic systems enable urban dwellers to grow herbs and vegetables, turning decorative corners into sustainable microfarms. This blend of beauty and function reflects the growing desire for self-sufficiency and ecological harmony. Cultural influences will continue to shape how these gardens evolve. While Japanese Zen principles emphasize meditation and balance, Mediterranean-inspired minimalist gardens highlight sun-tolerant plants, terracotta accents, and breezy layouts. In tropical regions, vertical greenery and natural ventilation dominate, while in colder climates, evergreen plants and warm lighting create comfort. The universal thread across these variations is intentional simplicity, but the cultural nuances make each garden unique, deeply connected to place and identity. Psychological wellness will be one of the strongest drivers of minimalist garden design in the years to come. In a society where stress and overstimulation are common, people increasingly turn to small sanctuaries for mental clarity. Gardens will be designed not just as visual features, but as therapeutic spaces. Aromatic plants that ease anxiety, calming soundscapes created by water or wind chimes, and natural textures that invite touch will play greater roles. The minimalist garden will function as a daily wellness practice, integrated seamlessly into ordinary routines. From a design perspective, contrasts will remain central. The deliberate pairing of soft and hard, light and shadow, natural and man-made creates harmony that speaks to modern aesthetics. Smooth concrete paired with delicate ferns, sleek glass surfaces softened by climbing vines, or rustic wood juxtaposed with polished steel embody the minimalist principle of less but better. Designers will increasingly use these contrasts not just for beauty, but to evoke emotions, making each garden a deeply personal space. On a societal scale, minimalist corner gardens represent a subtle but powerful cultural shift. They symbolize the movement away from excess toward intentionality. In a consumer-driven world that often equates bigger with better, these gardens remind us of the value of smallness, of depth over breadth, of stillness over noise. They encourage mindfulness by slowing us down, even briefly, and reminding us to notice the details. A leaf catching the sunlight, the sound of water trickling, the scent of herbs carried on the air. Urban planning will also increasingly incorporate these principles. Architects and city developers recognize that people crave green spaces, even in limited forms. Rooftop terraces, communal balconies, and shared courtyard corners will be designed with minimalist principles to create collective sanctuaries. These shared gardens foster not just personal wellness, but also social connection, offering spaces where neighbors can gather, relax, and build community. The minimalist garden, therefore, extends beyond private homes to influence the very structure of urban life. Looking into the future, we can imagine a home where every corner tells a story of intention. One corner garden may symbolize resilience through bamboo or pine, another may evoke calm with soft grasses and stones, while yet another may celebrate sustainability with edible greens. These gardens will no longer be viewed as decorative extras, but as integral to how we live, practical, symbolic, and restorative. Ultimately, the story of minimalist gardens is about more than design. It is about rethinking our relationship with space, time, and nature. It challenges the assumption that beauty requires abundance, showing instead that true elegance lies in simplicity. It proves that even in the smallest corners, we can create worlds of meaning. And it reminds us that the future of architecture and landscaping will not be defined by scale, but by intention. As the modern world accelerates, these gardens stand as a counterbalance, quiet, grounded, and enduring. They invite us to pause, to breathe, and to reconnect with the essence of life itself. In this way, the minimalist corner garden is not just a design trend. It is a philosophy, a practice, and a vision for the future of human living. It is the art of creating sanctuaries in miniature, of turning limitations into opportunities, and of weaving harmony into the very fabric of our homes. This is the promise of minimalist design, to show us that in the smallest of places, we can cultivate the greatest peace.